guys, so I am really excited because I've been working on this project for a long time and I have no idea how much footage I have, but I had to cut down a lot of it, and this video is going to be very, very long, but the purpose of it is to help anybody else out there that is going through a breakup. You've loved and you have lost and you don't know how to deal with it. And I actually started this project just for myself because I woke up on day one, as you guys will see, and I was crying, and I thought about writing like in a journal or something so I could kind of keep track of the way that I was feeling and the way that I was rationalizing things as days moved on. But then I was like, oh, like I have this camera, I make YouTube videos, so I might as well just record it, and that's a lot easier than writing it down. But then I started to realize that a lot of times, like, you see articles or you see videos on YouTube or just whatever, and it's telling you how to get over a breakup, and it's always about people like me that are sitting here 30 days later, a year later, telling you it's gonna be okay. And I know that that's not helpful, because when you're in that place, when you just got dumped or you just walked away from a relationship, you feel miserable, and you don't need somebody to tell you it's gonna be okay, because you know it's gonna be okay. You're not gonna be miserable forever, but it's not helpful. And so this is my way of telling you it's going to be okay, but also trying to be with you throughout the stages. And your stages are not going to be the same as mine, because our situations are not going to be the same, or we're just, we see things, we heal differently at different times, and that's okay. I want you to know that for me, like, this took 30 days. And I thought it was going to be a whole lot longer. I thought that I was going to publish this in a year, actually, because getting over my first relationship, my first love, took me about a year and a half to be at a place where I could forgive him and be like, I'm okay. But I feel like with this relationship with this person, I've reached a place of forgiveness, a place of peace, and I am not angry. I am not searching for answers anymore. I just am. And this is the best version of me that could possibly exist right now. So I wanted to share this with you guys, and you'll see how my rationale changes as time progresses, but I go through, I would say, about 5 stages: acceptance, desperate for answers, anger, hope, and forgiveness. And they aren't clear-cut at all. There's some nostalgia in there, and I'll try to identify them as best as I can, but they definitely bleed into one another, as they would. Nothing is ever clear-cut, especially when it comes to emotions. But I think that the most important thing to point out is that I started at acceptance, and that's usually somewhere, like a place that people have to get to as part of their process. But because I started there and I ended it knowing that this was the best decision possible for me, then it was a lot easier for me to move through these other steps. Whereas for some people, they might go through denial or relapse, where they might text this person again and then get to acceptance. I was lucky enough that I was able to start there. I guess without further ado, I'm gonna give you some background in like the first couple of days so you'll like understand exactly what my story entails. But please try to like view this with an open mind and open heart, and do not think of my life as a template that you have to follow each and every one of these steps to be okay. But I hope that my experience resonates with you, and I hope that you enjoy it. Hey guys, so this is day 1. I woke up maybe an hour or 2 ago. And I cried, and I called my friend, and I cried. And every time that I keep thinking that I am tired of crying, I just lay there and I'm numb. I guess today I'm probably just gonna share with you a little background for how I got here. It's crazy because I never thought I would be here, not with this person. This is the second time that I've fallen in love. We started dating 2 months ago, so you're probably like, whoa, Nina, slow down there, 2 months. But that's who I am. Falling in love with him was so unbelievably easy. I was so happy, and that's one of the hardest things, is that I think it's a lot easier when like, I've dated guys before that I look back and I'm like, Nina, you're so stupid. How did you not see that they were just not a good person or not the right person? But he's wonderful, and I fell in love with him for all the right reasons. And it's not because I was blind, it's because it was real. And but I also started to notice that he wasn't the same as he used to be, and I know that people change, and that's why I'm not angry. And I know that he still loves me, but he can't love me the way that he needs to because he's leaving. And so that either means that we kept doing what we were doing until he leaves, and I'm slowly becoming more and more miserable, or we end it. And that's what I did. I ended it, and I did it last night, and I wasn't angry, and I'm not angry now. And the way that I saw it was that I needed to break my heart and to break his heart so that he wouldn't break me, because I slowly saw it happening. I was becoming somebody that I was not, or that I have not been in a very, very, very long time, that I worked so unbelievably hard not to be anymore. And I love myself, and I have to put myself first. And so I decided to end it. And I went through a whole mix of emotions. At first it was anger, that this is the way that it has to be. And it was helplessness because I felt like it wasn't my fault. But then it was a sense of calm and relief almost, because I knew that I wasn't crazy. And that this isn't me, because I had fully started to convince myself that this is me, that I have become this crazy person, that I am this crazy person, and that the happy me was just a lie. And so I was able to find relief. And then it was just numb, which I don't like because I like feeling. And then it's just heartbreak, and it's hard to describe what that feels like. And I think that usually it's easier when it's associated with anger, because then you can blame somebody. And I went to blaming myself, because I did this. Because see guys, this is what day one looks like. Day one is not in tears, so don't be ashamed of it. I know that this is ending now, because of me. And he said it himself that he would not, that he didn't break up with me because he doesn't want to break up with me. Or that if he wanted to, he would have. So he doesn't. But the way that I saw it was that I was saving myself. And when you're in this position, if you're in this position, then you will understand. You will say anything to get yourself from day one, where we are now, to day 365. and it doesn't matter what it is, and it's gonna change, but you're gonna tell yourself whatever you need to get there, to get to that finish line and finally have been okay. And so today, as I assume for a long time, I am telling myself, as I told him, that maybe one day we'll grow into people that can really love each other, right? Hey guys, so it's still day one, but I just showered and it's now 5 o'clock, so that means I've kind of wallowed and didn't do very much for a lot of hours for the majority of my day. I was also watching a YouTube video by Jen Im, and she was talking about this quote that really changed her perspective. I don't remember exactly what it is right now, I'm gonna butcher it, but it's basically like hysteria only exists when it has an audience. And she was talking about how when she's upset, then she automatically calls up a friend or a loved one and will just talk about it. And while that is helpful, to not keep everything in, it also just, the more that you talk about it, especially after you've already done it once, twice, 3 times, then it doesn't get to be very helpful anymore. It's just kind of you sitting in it and just repeating it, replaying it over and over and over again. He said this, I said this, whatever it may be. And I think that I've talked about it with enough people now that I don't want to talk about it anymore. I don't think that moving forward I want to really go back to that place and replay it over and over again. And I'm going to be referencing it in the days to come, obviously. Like I said, I'm not angry, and I feel like the only time where it invokes some kind of like reaction where I have anger, whether it be towards him or towards myself or at the situation, is when I'm talking to people. But when I'm by myself, I am much more calm and I can see things in a bigger perspective. And even now, like even this morning I was crying, and this is day one, I know that this was the right choice. I know that this was the right decision for me. Where my future is headed and where his future is headed, we are not aligned in this moment in time. And so I did what was right. So I don't have any regrets about it, and it breaks my heart, and I'm still obviously working on it. It's day one. But that's okay. It's okay to have those conflicting feelings. And so I got all showered and cleaned up, and I'm gonna go run some errands. I'm gonna go to Staples, grab some food. I really want fried chicken. So I feel like today of any day is like more of a treat yourself kind of day. So I don't know where I'm gonna go get it, but I want fried chicken, so I'm gonna make it happen. Yeah, for now I am okay. The next time I see you though, maybe in a couple hours, maybe in a couple days, I might not be okay. But right now, I know big picture, I'm gonna be okay. This is day 2. I feel like I'm on an emotional roller coaster, and every time I'm really left to myself, and that's all I think about. And even though I keep trying to tell myself that I made the right choice and that I'm okay, I really don't feel okay. Today, me and Kate are going thrifting. I also did my makeup today, which I don't know that you can tell all that well. Sorry, my mirror's super dirty. But I did my eye makeup, which I haven't done in a really, really long time. Hey guys, I don't know if this is gonna focus. I don't know what's wrong with my camera, but it is 1:49 a.m. and this is day 4. So I've been meaning to make a video or just talk to you guys since the last time that I have, but honestly I've been so unbelievably happy in the past couple of days. But new developments tonight, I found out that everything was a lie. I know that before I was like, we love each other and we'll probably learn to love each other one day, but
I was right the entire time, and I was not a crazy person. I doubted myself, and I believed everything that this person wanted me to believe. I feel a lot of shock right now. But more than anything, what I feel is relief and pride, because I walked away before I even knew that all of it was a lie. I walked away because I trusted myself and for knowing that this is right for me. And I cannot believe that I was lied to and played for this long, but the fact that I walked away when I did means that I am capable of a lot more than I thought that I was capable of. And that's really reassuring, especially at a time like this. So I'm still happy. And I've been really happy and really good for the past couple of days. Okay, it's recording.
It's so windy out. What's up?
I gotta pick it up. I enjoyed that. Look at those brows. Look at those brows. Hello. This is gonna be an awesome photo shoot.
It's like as big as my head. Can you see my face?
No. Alright, okay, I should cut some broccoli into my hair. This is cool. Today is day 6 and I haven't talked to you in a couple days, and ever since day 2 I felt so much lighter, and I was so unbelievably happy, and I finally felt like I'd found myself again. I had permission to be myself again after those first couple days, because I had an energy healing session. I know this is not for everybody, but just try and stay open-minded about it. It was awesome. It allowed me to let go of a lot of the negative emotions and experiences that I'd had, that have just been built up for a while, and it gave me a lot more clarity and seeing that like I have the rest of my life to look forward to, and this has been such a valuable learning experience, and I am so thankful that I had that session because I found out some earth-shattering information. I know I recorded a video and I like kind of was talking about it, but I was like, I just come back from like being out with my friends, and so I don't know how much sense I was making, but basically I found out that all of those 3 months were a lie and that he was basically cheating on me. I hope he remembers me as the one that got away, because I was willing to love him and I was willing to do what it takes to be with him, and he didn't want it. He didn't want to try. He didn't want to better himself for himself or for anything that I thought that we had. So I guess, yeah, I'm gonna have to find a way to forgive him, and I know it's possible, but it's gonna be a journey. So I'll talk to you guys later. It probably won't be for a little while because I'm not crying anymore and I'm not really feeling a lot of intense emotions. They're mostly just like they pop up every now and then, but I'm able to do work. I like went to my classes. I have been doing assignments. I've been editing videos. Me and my friend have been doing like photo shoots, and so yeah, like I've been really happy, feeling very fulfilled, and I know that it's just in time that I'll be able to fully put this behind me. Hey guys, so today is day, what is this? It was 7, 10, 11. Wow, I can count. That was really hard to do. Okay, I am healing from Halloween weekend, so be patient with me. Honestly, it feels like a lifetime ago that I was like sitting in front of you day 1 and crying, and I'm in just such a different place and such a different mindset, and it's really strange because a lot of people are just like, you know, like, I don't understand, like, he broke your heart, he lied to you, he cheated on you, like, why are you okay? Like, and it's funny because I've had people I like kind of upped my Instagram game since it happened. I've had people come up to me and be like, I can't tell if you're in a crisis and if this is a cry for help, or if you're having the best time of your life. And I am having the best time of my life. It's crazy to think about how at the beginning of this month, October 1st, I flew to Vegas with a man that I loved. And today, on October 31st, happy Halloween, guys, I am sitting here arguably more happy. And I think it's not that I wasn't happy when I was in Vegas. I was so happy, but it kind of felt like I was in like a haze, and it felt very unreal. And that's kind of because it was like I was living a sort of lie. He presented to me an idea of himself that I fell in love with. So I'm not going to go into the intricacies of like it was love or it wasn't love. Like, I don't think that that's really helpful for me to figure out and be like, this is what it was. The fact is, I felt really happy, and I was very happy in my own little bubble of a world. And so now I'm happy, but I'm so sure of who I am, so sure of where I'm at, and it's very different, and it's awesome. I have never been in this place, really. I think a lot of my life last year was me working towards getting to this place where I was just happy with myself, happy with where my life is at, loving the people that are in my life, appreciating fully the people that are in my life and that value me. And I have no words to express to you how incredible my friends have been. Like, they bought me a friendship plant. Let me go grab it for you guys. Hold up. Like, my friends bought me this friendship plant, and it's because I've been talking about buying, I'm just gonna keep this here. I've been talking about getting a large plant for my place for a really long time, because I have a bunch of like little vegetables and herbs I'm growing on the window, and I was like, oh my god, this is so sweet, like, is this a breakup plant? And they're like, because I had just ended it, they're like, no, like, it's a friendship plant. I've had amazing people. I've had the privilege of having really amazing people in my life, and these guys are some of the best friends that I've ever had, and they stick by your side through thick and thin. And I think it's really hard to find people that are going to be patient with you, especially when you're sad. And I am so unbelievably thankful that I have had the pleasure of meeting these two girls. That and my family, like, I haven't talked to them a lot. Like, I called my mom and I was like, hey, like, I really miss you, and I just ended it with this guy. And I mean, of course, your parents are gonna be like, good for you, good for, like, I don't know, like, getting out of it, like, it'll be okay, you'll meet other people, whatever. And like, it was very nice talking to my parents, because I had actually been trying to get a hold of them for like a week, because things were already really bad for about a week. And it was actually really sweet. My mom told my dad to call me right after I hung up with her, and like, he looked so happy, which is so funny, because it probably would have sucked if I was like, I'm crying, why are you happy? But he was so happy because he was like, I am so proud of you, like, good for you for walking away, good for you for knowing, like, trusting yourself, like, we're so proud of you. And I think for any parent to know that your child has a good head on their shoulders, that they're gonna be okay out in the real world and making decisions for themselves, is probably very assuring. It's interesting just because sometimes I'm thankful because I never, ever would be here if it wasn't for him in the most messed up way. Like, sometimes I thank him, which is so gross, but that's the reality of it. Yeah, I really hope that up until now, if you're still watching this, props to you. God, this video is gonna be very long by the time I publish it. I really hope that whatever it is that you're going through, you know that nobody deserves to be treated the way I was. I can't speak to your experience. I don't know what happened in your relationship, but you deserve love, you deserve respect, you deserve honesty. So always remember that, and always work on loving yourself. I'm just holding this plant. But isn't it so cute? Hey guys, so I guess it's still day 11, I think is what it was. And I don't know, I've just been thinking about him ever since I got in the cab, and I think it's just because I take cabs with him usually. yeah, I don't know. I found that I was looking over to the other seat because I took the cab by myself, and I was looking over to the other seat, and it's like I expected him to be there, and I expected to be him, the version of him that existed in July or August, and I didn't think that today was going to be the day that I cried about this, because I thought that I was done crying. But I miss him. I miss him. And I don't miss him like I want him now. I don't miss him like I want to text him. Or that I want him right now, because the version of him now isn't the person that I fell in love with. I want the version of him that existed when I fell in love with him. And I really didn't think that I would cry about this again. I thought that I was done, but it just means that right now I miss him. I miss the version of him that I fell in love with. And I just want, I want him to be okay. I really, really, really do. I don't want me to be okay. I don't want him to be okay, and I don't want to leave people more damaged than when I found them. I feel better now. I think I'm just gonna go to sleep.
My friend Kim, she's really cool.
She's really cool. So guys, that was it. We are at day 30 now. I am publishing this on November 20th, and it has been 30 days. It's so funny because I was sitting here editing it today, and I'm watching myself cry, and I'm watching myself grapple for answers and try to explain it, and I think the fact that I can separate myself from those emotions is kind of revealing as to where I am right now. And I just really, really, really do hope that if you are going through this, that you know that it's gonna be okay. There are always better days coming, and I know that I said this before, but it's true. And there is never a time in your life where you are miserable and you're like, right, those 3 years were straight miserable the entire time and nothing happy happened in between. There's no such thing. Things are always changing, good and bad. And so I had something amazing, and it turned bad, and it's gone, and I let it go. And that is something that I had to do to get to where I am now, to be this happy now. And so I wouldn't change anything about the way that it happened. And it always has to end in forgiveness. That's the most important part. And I think a lot of people move on and find new people and are very happy. And that's not to say that that's a lie or anything like that. But until you fully forgive somebody, then there's always, whenever you think of them, there's going to be a pang of hurt or anger or something that comes up. And even if it's not where it's like, oh my God, this is such a big deal, it's still there. And I personally don't want that. I want to move forward and be at this place where I'm at now, where I don't feel any of that. I just feel thanks. And I am so unbelievably thankful that I had this experience and that I am the person that I am today. It's a really, really, really crazy process to get here. And it did happen really quickly for me. It happened in 30 days. And I promise you that if you try and you go through the hard, then you could do it too. Maybe not in 30 days, it's not a challenge. Everyone's gonna take their own time, but it is possible. It's really, really, really possible. I really hope that if you are going through this, that you found this helpful in some capacity, and I am very impressed that you watched it all the way through, because I don't know if I could watch a video this long, but please do know that you are worthy of love. You deserve to be loved, and the most important step in that process is loving yourself. And I really, really, really hope that you have a good day, and you have a good day tomorrow, and a good day for the rest of your days.